No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. I might give up everything I had, Pastor, and go across the country and not know I'ma lay my head at night. But I know I can. I know I can. I might not think I'm the smartest, but I know I can. I got an internal motivation and a drive not to stop. I know I can. Can't nobody stop me. What I done set my mind to. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. Is there anybody in here who knows they can do it? Is there anybody in here who knows that they can do it? I know you can. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord. No, I can't. With you guys, while I was doing the exegetical work on this particular pericope, my hermeneutic of suspension had me ask a couple of questions. I said, Lawrence, while I was doing my exegetical work on this particular pericope, my hermeneutic of suspicion had me ask a couple questions. I gotta let y'all know I'm a senior and I've been reading. You see, I wanted to know how. I want to know how David had a different perspective from the Israelite army. I wanted to know how David had a different perspective than this group of people who God had delivered from the hand of Pharaoh. How did David have a different perspective from this group of people who had been wandering in a desert for 40 years and with sticks and stones overtook an already established Jericho? I wanted to know how David had a different perspective than this group of people who formed a united monarchy and destroyed the Jebusites, the Hittites, and the Moabites. I wanted to know, DeAndre Fisher, how David, when he was surrounded by naysayers and haters on the left and right, when he had doubters in front of him and complainers behind him, how did he maintain his internal motivation? But what I learned at the DeWitt Proctor School of Theology was when you have a question, you got to go to the source. So what I did was I pulled out my spiritual laptop with my sanctified imagination. I pulled out my spiritual laptop, got on my spiritual Facebook account. But Facebook was full of spam, so I went to Twitter. So I hit David up with a spiritual message. And I said, David, what's up? I just wanted to know how your outlook on the situation was different. I wanted to know where you got your confidence from. And David replied back to me. He said, well, I can't tell you that. That's not the answer I wanted. I was about to delete him as a friend. David said, I can't tell you because you got to keep reading the story. And I said, David, I done read the story over and over again. He said, you got to read it one more time because you just keep overlooking it. You keep missing it. I can't tell you because it's so easy. So I did what he said. I didn't delete him. I did what he said. And don't you know, glory be to God. In verse 35 through 38, I found it. It was so simple that I just missed it. And y'all going to be mad at me that I done built all this up. And I'm about to tell you because it's real simple and I missed it. So I'm going to say it slow so you get it. David knew God was with him. David knew that God was with him. You see, it started at verse 35. At such a young age, David is telling his testimony. David is telling his testimony how God had kept him from lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. David, in the face of his naysayers and haters, confidently tells his story on how God had kept him time and time again. David is telling these people that God kept me back then, so why wouldn't he keep me right now? David is confident and he believes in the same God that was back then is the same God standing with him right now. David knew that the same God who tilted the earth's axis at 23.5 degrees from vertical and gave us the power to sustain life, the same God who allowed the earth to rotate 1,000 miles per hour so that we might have night and day, the same God who put eyelids over your eye so your eyes wouldn't dry out, the same God who put together a self-sustaining ecosystem, the same God who put the dry in dirt, the wet in water, the same God who put the ham in your burger and the cool in your later, the same God who is bigger than any Goliath that you are standing in front of right now. Can I encourage you real quick? I'm sorry, PK, but it's starting to get good to me. And I'm thinking about how I done been through life, and I done been through some impossible situations, but I remember God was with me, and I remember that all things are possible when God is with me. I got worried sometimes, but I remember that I can cast my cares on him. I felt alone at times, but when God was with me, I knew he'd never leave me nor forsake me. I thought I couldn't figure it out, but when God was with me, I knew he was ordering my steps. I got afraid sometimes, but when God was with me, I knew he was the light of my salvation. To whom shall I fear? I knew sometimes I'd feel like I couldn't do it, but when I had God on my side, I knew all things were possible. Now you shouted when I told you you can do it. Is there anybody in here that knows that they got a God on his side that gave you the power to be able to say you can do it? Is there anybody in here that knows that there is a God inside of you controlling your internal motivation that gives you the power to say I can do it? Is there anybody in here that knows that there's a God on his side, an omnipresent divine deity who has taken control of your life, so now you can have a different perspective? Is there anybody in here who knows that there is a God with him who will never leave him nor forsake him? I just want you to know that you can do it with a different perspective. You can do it with an internal motivation. You can step up because God is on your side. Don't talk to someone. When God is on your side, you don't walk to someone. When God is on your side, you have a different perspective. When God is on your side, you have an internal motivation. When God is on your side, you can step up. Amen.